悪くない芽が出たわ。今日も引き続きサボりましょう。調子が良くなってから仕事を一気に終わらせるわよ。この世を渡り歩くにはより多くの身分を持った方が便利なの。君にもいくつか作ってあげようか。
星とし
情報提供者から知らせがあったわ。どうやらまた新たな変数が現れたようね。この世を渡り歩くにはより多くの身分を持った方が便利なの。君にもいくつか作ってあげようか。
All right. Let's get to work. Am I pulling immediately tomorrow? We'll see. If I'm in the middle of doing Honkai, then no. If I'm not in the middle of doing Honkai, then sure. By the way, hello everybody. Hasper, Soyboy, Sati, Terrans, Anonymous Champ, Leku, get on out. Greetings, everybody. trying to blast through my dailies, and then we can go play Honkai for a bit. I know we got ads running. Hey, Killjoy. Killjoy, did you see Marty's solo? I posted the clip that somebody who was at the concert posted to Reddit. It's in the music channel. I don't have to suffer if I just one and done though, Hasper. No, I don't even know if I can dedicate time to Abyss today. I think it's mostly gonna be NA ER grinding. Minus 100? No, I'm in Nirvana, it's minus 200. What is this daily? Wait till next evening. I went to Subway for the first time in forever. Yeah, you know, to be honest, Killjoy, I thought about recording it and I thought about streaming it to Discord. And then I thought, you know, that's probably gonna trigger some DMCA. Best not to risk it. I do kind of want to record the VOD just to have it for myself. You know, like back in the day when we used to record stuff with VHS tapes when it would broadcast. So part of me still wants to do that once it goes to video on demand. It's funny, I stayed up last night to watch the concert, and then this morning when I woke up, or this morning, it was already afternoon when I woke up. I woke up just in time to catch the first rebroadcast. That was kind of funny. Yeah, during Tornado of Souls, like that is absolutely my favorite Megadeth song. And getting to see Marty play with the band again, it was just very nice. Okay, so to follow up on Anonymous Champ's statement, a lot of early PGR players migrated from Honkai. You know, when PGR was still mobile only back in 2020, CN only, a lot of PGR players were ex-Honkai players, and a lot of them were salty at MiHoYo. So it's not unrealistic for that to have carried forward into the wider scene with PGR. So for them to just straight up diss him for no reason, it's like, it's very tribalistic, yes, but at the same time, it's like, you know, what can you do? What can you do? Hasper, you uninstalled? You're free? You're free now? I think the people who are very tactical about how they handle PGR would be creators like Sakurama, Unreal Dreamer, and Chaotic, where they're freely just double dipping. Finish the first world story, but did you get to the second world? That's the one thing that I really wanted to experience was the second world. I honestly don't know if I have time though. That's the thing that I have to kind of like get to the point of is with. I have to disassociate myself a bit from getting too attached to the Star Rail story, and I need to just farm engagement from how popular the characters are. I have to be more business-minded when it comes to HSR now. Fourth wall broken, you know? I think a lot of players feel that way about Honkai and Genshin too, Anonymous Champ, right? Like, people feel like I'm kind of too doomer about Honkai, because a lot of the things that I complain about in Honkai, more casual Honkai players just never experience at all. Because they just don't spend enough time in the game to notice the issues that we encounter. And, you know, even during that time when Marissa was beefing with us back in October, you know, there were people who left our stream chat and our Discord because they weren't happy with the way that they were perceiving other members of our community behaving. Hey, Bright Green. I feel like for me, PGR has always been in the back of my mind as something that I wouldn't have minded checking out. I feel like right now it just doesn't make sense for me to try to even start at this point. Like, the story I'm not that interested in. It's always just been, oh, the aesthetics look cool and the combat animations look cool. But do I want to go through the whole account building process? Not really. You know? People left that time. You know, I've been told by other content creators that people, even years ago, right? Within 2 to 3 years ago, people will notice other certain, you know, chatters in my chat who may or may not have VIP status. And they were telling other content creators, because they would be like, oh yeah, Fen's online, but so-and-so's in the chat, so I don't really want to hang out in there right now. So I think it's fine. On my end, I feel like the people that they were talking about may be abrasive, but they weren't really that toxic. Meanwhile, I also don't think it's my job to police them. I did get feedback from one of my content creator friends that I trust, though, that sometimes, like, they feel like I'm enabling them because I give them a VIP badge. And I think that's fair criticism. I do feel like at some point I do need to do a complete audit of my VIPs. Alright, let me set a marker here, because I don't really want to do this puzzle now, but I'll come back to this puzzle. Hey Mercade, what's up? You were collecting VIP badges for a while? Well, it depends, right? With VIP badges, they serve a different purpose in every stream that you're in. For me, it's kind of like, okay, well, I give you permission to backseat/coach me in Honkai based on your track record of either you're publishing boss runs on YouTube and whatnot, or like if you're good at finding references and you want to post links directly into chat rather than to Discord, that type of thing. So that's kind of how I've handled it historically. But probably going forward, I might need to rearrange that, you know. Speaking of Arknights, Sati, what have you been up to? Yeah, but see, the flip side is that even though PGR has more frequent events and events are longer and bigger, as a result, PGR also has more free-to-play friendliness in general, right? You just get access to more stuff in general. Honkai is only hard to keep up right now is because there's other game modes within Honkai that I'd rather be spending time in. If I weren't spending as much time in Abyss and MA, Honkai, like, the only thing you really do, right? If you're not doing Abyss, MA, and ER, the only thing left to do is events. So right now, it's a mix of there's other things I'd rather be doing in game, and I'm doing it twice because I'm playing 2 accounts. If I weren't playing 2 accounts and if I weren't grinding like Abyss, ER, and MA, I wouldn't really have any issues with it. But also, like, it's frustrating because in the past, events didn't feel that time-consuming in Honkai. So basically, Honkai's kind of scaling up to try to stay relevant in some ways. Nahida rerun when? Probably either later this year or next year, Mercade. Usually, Archon reruns are like a year apart or something like that. Yeah, I couldn't get into Arknights. I think the characters are cool and the character designs are cool. It just didn't appeal to me with the gameplay. The gameplay and the in-game sprites just didn't appeal to me. I feel like Artery Gear and Blue Archive actually do a really good job translating the menu character art to the actual in-game sprites and in-game models. I feel like Arknights does a terrible job of translating it. Is there a breakpoint? Usually it's like you want 2 or 3 lines of crit damage and then the rest is attack. Because traditionally with PE you want to have just the right amount of damage to one-shot the core. And because your ultimate is always going to be a guaranteed crit damage is nice. So, yeah, Artery Gear's animations make me feel like I'm watching a Gundam episode with full blast mecha explosions and everything. I just feel like when I log into Artery Gear, sometimes I get lost on like what my daily loop needs to be. You know? That's kind of where I get stuck. Did I finish my third? Oh, it's Monday, right? Oops. I just converted all my resin into condensed. Let me see if I can finish Battle Pass. Because Battle Pass ends tomorrow, right? Or is Battle Pass already over? I don't think Is it... What's the button for Battle Pass? I've already explained my plan, Dreadful. Someone else who has heard my plan, feel free to Repeat. Alright, so I guess Battle Pass is already over. Damn, I missed out on the last standard banner pull. I think I forgot to log in on Sunday and do stuff on Sunday. I was so close to actually finishing the Battle Pass for once in, like, almost a year. I was so close. I'm so used to Honkai where it goes till the Sunday after the update. Daya Constellation Funds? Somebody who's heard me explain my plan, please type it into chat. Because I'm not going to repeat myself. You guys, I've already said it multiple times this last week. So... it's gonna be fine. Alright. I guess this is done then. Yeah, I'm probably gonna start saving my Acquainted Fates. Get on out. Traditionally, I've always just pulled them as soon as I get them, but probably for after Daya, I'll just start saving them. Until I have, like, a big bunch. And, no, I'm not a future Daya enjoyer. I'm already enjoying Daya. You could just ask him to roll for you. I don't think you need to kidnap him or anything. Sounds really drastic. Some of the stuff in the pre-show documentary sounded so fake. Like, Marty in the interviews, like, I understand being positive about the whole thing, but I feel like some of it felt too scripted in the documentary. It made it seem like Marty was trying to suck up to Dave. But overall, like, it was very positive, right? It was very positive, and I wish we could have gotten to see more, like, Kiko and Marty interaction. There was, like, a brief clip right before they were about to do rehearsal. because Marty was on Kiko's solo album, you know, and the guitar world is very small at the top end, right? They all know each other. And so I kind of wish that Dave mentioned a little bit more about like the friendship between Marty and Kiko while on stage, but he was just like, yeah, I called up Marty and Kiko, then I called Kiko just to see if it was okay with him, and Kiko was very humble about it. It's like, of course Kiko's not gonna say no to having Marty play on stage with them. Like, I think a lot of Megadeth fans, they either have really short memories or they always forget the interviews. In the interviews, Kiko's very much like, yes, I saw Megadeth live in the 90s in Brazil, and it was the Rust in Peace era lineup, and it was awesome. You know, it's like, of course Kiko's gonna want to play live with Marty. Like, Kiko's a Marty fanboy. Yeah, Kiko and Marty did. There was one song where they had like harmonies, and it was actually amazing. One of the bridges pre-solos on one of the songs. I can't remember because apart from Rust in Peace, I don't really have the rest of the Megadeth discography like memorized, right? So there was a lot of songs that I knew were popular Megadeth songs, but it was like it didn't register in my mind. But one of the ones, I think it was like I forget if it was Countdown to Extinction, I think. Countdown to Extinction, they had a harmonies section, and it was awesome. Yeah. But I think it was very, very awesome that Marty just got to take like front and center during Tornado of Souls. Like, I feel like that's always the song, right? Yeah, Marty was great on Hangar 18 and Holy Wars and all that, but like the Tornado of Souls solo, that's like the standard that every post Marty Megadeth guitarist gets measured by. You know, it's like, well, how well did they play the Tornado of Souls solo? Yeah. That's like his song. So the fact that they had Marty play Tornado of Souls was just perfect. Just perfect. Um that made the concert for me. I feel like for a lot of fans that were looking forward to the Marty reunion with Megadeth, like that was the song, right? So that part was very satisfying for sure. It's a good thing I only have to do this fight on Red Lotus on the NA account. Don't forget to grab your free Homu Horde for the week. Dude with spare time, welcome. Alright, let me go to EU real quick and get EU taken care of. Because the rest of the night we're just going to spend on the NA account and just endless grind. Burning fast, burning lines on the long distant road. So far away from home. So long ago. So far away from home. Is it worth going for Kiana or anything right now? Yeah, I would say Hersher of Truth tomorrow is a really good meta pick. You can go for Kiana. You get a free Mei if you play through Chapter 34, which is kind of like you kind of have to play story out of order in order to do that. If you're okay with playing story chapters out of order, that would be good to play. And then, if you play 33, you get one option box. The Mei banner for her equipment is really nice because every 10 pulls you get 5 back. You can check my YouTube video about the banner review for week 1, which covers the stuff here. So this banner, every 10 pulls that you do, you get 5 back. Yeah, you can. What you can do is like play 34, skip all the cutscenes, and then come back later to re-experience everything for the context. Long ago. Okay, so I did the math. I can get. Wait a minute. Okay. I can get 4-star Blade Durandal. 48 minus 12 is 36. I'm not sure if we need to do it today. Right, so I need 96 parts, right? 96 parts and we can 4-star Durandal. Oops. The rare and the precious. If I do 36, that's 216. There's no Elf Ellie here at all, right? And this would leave me quite a lot for rank up stamps. Okay, well, if you're at chapter 18, which is now the Rhymestar chapter, 18 and 19 is about Rhymestar. So after that, if you can finish one chapter every 2 days, or one chapter every 3 days, you should be able to catch up. Every 2 to 3 days, finishing a chapter. Yeah, Rin Taicho, I also told her about getting the free Mei. And she was like, oh, I need to do more Honkai streams and just play a chapter every day. I don't think I have any investment on Starchasm Nyx at all.
快点出发吧，我的镰刀已经饥渴难耐了。为您效命，舰长大人。
I wonder if I could do 4 and 2, skip Starchasm for now. And then when we get the top-up event, I'll see about maybe saving some stamps for Starchasm. I think the longer that you play, if you're willing to spend more time in Honkai, is that you'll find that certain things end up being better than Genshin, and then certain things, like, there's trade-offs with systems in Genshin. Because it's very easy to say, like, oh, Honkai, there's no 50-50, but pulls cost more, right? Pulls cost more. It costs more currency per pull, and then gear is much more necessary in this game than in Genshin. Whereas in Genshin, if you have the time to grind artifacts, you can just make up for lack of signature weapon with just better artifacts. Kanta! Welcome Raiders! Inero TV, Arizona for the win. Hello. Thank you for the follows. Welcome Raiders. I'm trying to figure out my rank up stamp situation for my spending event shop. So this version of Honkai, every set of crystals that you spend, you get additional currency for a shop that you can use to redeem to get other high priority things. So in my case, I think I can get my Blade Durandal Elf to 4 stars. Based on the previous boxes I collected, plus the boxes from this current version. Now, I'm trying to decide what I want to do with my remaining stamps. I could go SS1 Spina, I could go S2 Flame Scion, or I could save for Nyx. Nyx at this point, because I have 0 gear, is purely for collection. Kanta, how was your stream? What were you up to? Did you get all your stuff done? I also seen you've been playing Wild Hearts quite a bit. The game looks really good. I hope you've been enjoying it. You seem to be enjoying it, otherwise you wouldn't be playing it so much, I guess. Is it just not very well optimized right now? Despite the pretty graphics always comes with that drawback of, like, potentially it's just not optimized. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that the game itself is fun, and it just needs better optimization. Yeah, in an ideal situation, you know, the game would be better optimized before release. Man. Right now, I'm just trying to get my EU dailies out of the way so that I can get to grinding Elysian Realm on the NA account. I haven't done anything yet. So for those that are playing Honkai, don't forget to grab your free weekly cyclic free item from the shop. Don't forget to collect your Mirage. Every Monday you get like 90 swirl passes for 1 Asterite. So don't forget to do that as well. What else? Don't forget to play your event dailies. You know, don't forget to play your event dailies. The one thing that's nice about this event is it lasts quite a long time. Quite a long time. What else? I'd say for new players, probably the May banner is the most generous one. We did talk about this a little bit. If you are a new player and you want the rewards, spam through chapters 32 to 34, right? Because 33 requires 32 to be complete before you can get the option box. But you get 1 option box, and then if you spam through 34, you get this character for free, right? You get this character for free. That will be covered in Origin of Beginning, right? So play 34, get character for free. Play 33, get 1 option box, and then her banner itself is every 10 pulls, you get 5 back. So, in terms of gacha currency value, we'd say that this is pretty good value. Now, if your focus is more for story and you're not worried about missing out on rewards because you feel like eventually, you know, the characters will rerun and all that. That's just gonna happen. If you're willing to be patient and you prioritize the story experience, you don't have to pull for anything right now. Kiana, 3 days left on her banner, but she'll be back later, right? She'll be back later in the version. Got the weapon first try. Okay, congrats. Congrats. But yeah, the elf will be back later in the patch if you miss out. So here's the elf schedule. I'd say Kiana is probably the priority pick for this version. Blade Durandal 2 stars is still okay. Elf Elysia still okay. Klein probably not worth it at this point. Still decent, but like I wouldn't recommend for new players. I think for new players, just grabbing Elf Kiana would be the recommendation. Eric, what's up? Eric, what did you get? Would it be worth investing for elves as a new player? No, not right now. Next patch, all players will be getting the chance to get a free Water's Edge, and I think free Water's Edge will probably be a really solid free elf, right? She's technically a gacha elf, but she does some really nice things like AoE gather, and she also makes targets take bonus ice damage. So she'll be free next patch. She'll be given out for free through an event next patch. Quite nice for free. Not nice enough to recommend pulling with crystals nowadays. Only 18 star conches left. Okay, nice. Very nice. Eric recently got Yelan C0, so he's been on the grind for that. Highly recommend Yelan. I was so bummed. I was one level away from finishing the battle pass, and I thought I'd be able to finish it over the weekend, and then on Sunday I just forgot to log in. Saturday and Sunday I just completely forgot to log in. Nefer, thank you for the tier 2 resub! So I missed out on my standard pull at the end of battle pass, because I forgot to log in over the weekend in Genshin. But that's okay, because I still have, like, 280-some pulls. I'm ready for Dea. So here's my plan. I'm going to attempt C1 Dea. I'm guaranteed C0 Dea. If I lose the 50-50 for C1, then I have C1 Shenhe guaranteed. So the plan is C1 Dea, C1 Shenhe. C1 Shenhe lets my mono cryo team be extremely fast. I will be overflowing on energy so that I can put more circles on circles. That's my entire mono cryo strat. Circles on circles on circles. Shenhe AoE stacked on a Ganyu AoE stacked on a Diona AoE. And if I want even more AoE, we'll replace Kazuha's with a Rosaria. So we could just have four pulsing circles of cryo AoE. So that's my circles on circles strat for mono cryo. If I had Ayaka, we could use Ayaka's AoE too, but I don't. So maybe in the future I'll pull a Ayaka for my cryo team. Yeah, who knows? We'll see about it. Now, what else is on banner right now? There's a Foca Expa. With the Foca Expa, this is mostly for players that have already planned ahead for this. You get to pick which out of the 3 in the pool that you want, and the rotations are very short, right? It's like a 3 to 4 day rotation per pool. Make sure you review the schedule here. It's posted in the news. Highly recommend Bronya Hersher of Truth. If you are planning to pull for the trio team, you definitely need Hersher of Truth. She's the modern elemental support for fire and lightning, and she is herself a very viable ice DPS. So this one, she's coming back tomorrow at noon in your server local time. PE to S2 today. Okay, so that's a very comfortable spot to be at, Bright Green. I think if I had more budget, I'd love to just start S2ing every battlesuit. And once again, thanks all for the follows. Edge Crew, Angarons, Gianpai, and Inero TV. I appreciate it. Okay, what do I got to do today? Sim Battle, Abyss, Elysian Realm. All right, let's do the weekly quiz. DK's ultimate skill pulls enemies in. What does it not do? Cyberpunk. It's not a Cyberpunk. Midnight Absinthe ultimate. So that's Raven. Exploding Smoke. How can the explosions be triggered? When teammates do stuff, right? So it's A. Isn't HTR tomorrow? Yes, I just said that. Yes. You can also double check Fireball. You can double check in the news post. Finality Gear versus Kiana Elf. I think Finality Gear, Itchy. I think Elf is something that you consider after you have everything else set up. Predation is the weapon after using 2 combos. So Predation is her freeze ability. Which of the following weapons unable to restore SP? Believe it is Nuada's. Nuada's is just a punch. Swallowtail Phantasm is Quantum. So, funny useless trivia. Swallowtail Phantasm is the Seele battlesuit that kind of is the crossover into Star Rail. So you kind of know. Quantum, okay. Shield skills will be Benares. Stygian Nymph, ultimate. Which of the following statements is wrong? A, because this is one of those outlandish answers. Memorial Arena, there are triple S bosses in Exalted now. Psyched up status, combo attacks restore bonus SP. So this is one of those things that if you've seen a lot of like Honkai high-end boss runs, at the start of some boss fights, you'll see players cycling through the different weapons on Hersher of Sentience, and that's to get the psyched up buff so that they can get more SP. How long am I streaming for? Probably 6 to 8 hours tonight. Maybe not 8. I might try to go to sleep earlier today, but I'll be live for a long time. So if y'all are here to farm for the drops, this will be a good drops farming stream. Nowadays, SP sees very little usage. Yeah, SP right now, like, even for early game, I feel like nowadays new players will level past the usefulness of Swallowtail way too fast. Okay, Disciplinary Perdition. This is Aponia. She is Bio Lightning Range. Bio Lightning Range. Who did they give us? PE. Okay. So this is the character that Bright Green recently got to double, or S2 rather. We'll do the Griseo lead. 8K crystals. Did you already get your free May? Did you already get your free May? If you got your free May, I'd probably pull May's gear. Yeah, as previously mentioned, if you play through chapters 33 and 34, 33 will give you a free option box for Hersher of Origin gear. And 34 will just give you a free Hersher of Origin. So with those things in mind, you can safely pull on the rest of her gear. Now you want to save the option box until you're only missing one piece. And you use the option box to get the missing piece. But yeah, I feel like if you're a new player and you have crystals to roll, get your free Mei, get your free option box, and then roll in her gear banner. Because her gear banner has the refunds. Every 10 pulls get you 5 back. Excellent value, right? You just get more for your crystals. Now with the option box, what you want to try is to get the weapon early. The option box does not help if the weapon is the last piece. You can see here, I got weapon and then 2 pieces, so then I use the option box for the top piece. I didn't have to pull for the option box. Every 10 pulls gets you 5 back, so you effectively, you basically get 50% back of what you pull in here. Would I still recommend players to get PE or wait till next physical S rank? I would probably wait. I feel like right now, with the free Hersher of Origin, that kind of covers your imaginary side. Right now, based on the current beta for 6.5, Susanna is kind of cracked. And she'll be farmable. Obviously, she wants her signature gear. But if you are free to play low budget, I think we can kind of just wait and see what her performance and how dependent on her gear she is in version 3, which will be this coming Friday, with the final tuning changes in place. Do I think it's worth buying a gaming laptop right now? No. I wouldn't buy a gaming laptop right now, Technique. I think right now, if you're gonna buy a laptop, I would probably identify what the use case is. Because you can get an affordable laptop that's strictly for like workstation or like office or like light office work stuff. And that's probably more than enough for a laptop. I probably wouldn't devote to buying a premium gaming laptop right now because a lot of the parts are very expensive for gaming laptops. What was it? Jay's 2 Cents actually reviewed an older model gaming laptop recently that was quite affordable, and my sister actually got one of those. So that was a sub 700 laptop, sub 700 USD laptop that, you know, for my sister's use case, because she doesn't really game on it, it was more than enough. So I would identify like what you're looking for using the laptop. Because if you're buying a laptop, chances are is you need the mobility more than anything else. Because if you're looking for quality of parts, it is better to go for a desktop. And even with parting out a desktop, you still need to identify like what you need to emphasize based on what your use case is. Like, okay, well, if I'm encoding a lot of videos, I would want to have a beefier CPU. If you're strictly doing a lot of like, you know, high frame rate gaming, CPU is going to be important, but not as important as your GPU. You know? And then if you're a content creator and you're waiting for AV1 encoding, it doesn't make sense to try to get a secondhand previous generation GPU because you're waiting on a new generation GPU that has AV1 encoding, which is kind of where I'm stuck at. Lots of people have mentioned to me like, oh yeah, you can get a secondhand 3090, but like, what good is a secondhand 3090 gonna do for me? Secondhand 3090 is not gonna have AV1 encoding. I need an AV1 encoder. So you gotta identify your use case. Gotta figure out what you actually need the device for, you know? I think if you are looking for something to do light gaming and you still want to get a laptop, I would probably look for something either in a previous generation that's in that, you know, maybe $700 to $800 price range, or cheaper. You know, maybe you're budget restricted. But identify like what your use case is, because your use case is going to dictate what your minimum specs need to be. Like personally for me, I definitely want at least 16 gigs of RAM minimum on a laptop, but maybe you don't need that much because you're not going to be doing a lot of heavy applications that need that much. And you can probably still get by with 8 gigs on a laptop, and then you can eventually upgrade it later as your needs increase. Or maybe by the time you do need something new, you'll have enough money to buy a brand new laptop, which is... You never want to think too far ahead with replacing the tech, but there's a lot you can do with older tech, but it's also just, it's very just important just to identify, like, what do you need it for, and do you absolutely need something new? What GPU do I have right now? I was gifted a 1080 Ti at the beginning of last year, so that's what I'm using in my main rig. Did I watch the Megadeth thing, or did I fall asleep? I stayed up all night, and I watched the whole thing. And then when I woke up, it was time for the rebroadcast, so I watched it twice. I watched it twice. It was awesome. Marty Friedman's solo on Tornado of Souls was just amazing. It was perfect. Do I think Hoyoverse should stop locking limited time event rewards behind story content? In what ways? You mean like the free-to-play... You mean like the free-to-play Stigmata? I think those are fine, Crossmark. I think the free-to-play Stigmata locked behind story event chapters is fine. Right? It's a reward for all the players that are actively playing right now. Because there's still craftable alternatives. You don't have to have those pieces because there's better available in the game. Yeah, 15 buckaroo. You know, 15 buckaroos to see Megadeth content from an official Megadeth source is basically a steal, right? Because, like, you think about any local concert, tickets, if it's like if it's a smaller act, tickets are anywhere 30 to 40 bucks for a live venue. And you don't get VOD access or anything, you know? That's fair, Nefer. I think that's fair, right? But that's kind of the nature of any games as a service. You're always gonna start a game, and there's always gonna be some event going on, and you're just not gonna be able to catch up. When I started Artery Gear last month or so, I don't know. I think that's just more symptomatic of games as a service as a whole. I don't think it's going to be something unique specifically to Honkai. But I feel like Honkai at least gives you that option where if you cut to the current story and you're willing to experience the story in media res, I think it's still okay. Are the weapons from the story even useful for any suit? Wait, which weapons? Oh yeah, the fist weapons are good if you have a PE team. Yeah, the fists are very important. So if you have Equinox and HOS, the fist will enable you to one-shot the core if you're short on damage. Those fists were designed because for a while, you know, players were doing crazy like Miss Kissy or Miracle Kissy Pillow on HOS strats to get more damage. And so what those fists do is like in a Griseo HOS PE team, it just gives you more damage when you do your ult sequence. So yes, those are important. That's fine, Calx. Farm what you can. If it's Agony 2 or Agony 3, but it's comfortable, you know, just farm Agony 3. Wonder when the next event is gonna slacken on the current one. In Honkai? MK Omega, you have plenty of time. There's 37 days. You can catch back up real quick. Right now, the event story stages can be cleared all in one sitting, and then the rest that you need to do is just make sure you do your upkeep on the dailies. And then, play the rogue mode. The rogue tower also, just don't forget to click on the button here in the score to claim the missing rewards. That's something that was pointed out to me, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I gotta remember to actually click on these. Is 2-star Doodoo Elf a good stopping point? 2-star is a decent stopping point. 3 stars is kind of worth it. If you want to just not spend on it, Bright Green, what you can do is just save up a bunch of elf option boxes. And what you can do with those elf option boxes for the fragments, you can also wait until after next patch. Because, like, we are getting a free Water's Edge next patch. Kinda really tiny. Thank you for the follow. And Itorexy. Abstract KBM. Nemu the Fiend and Edge Crew. Appreciate it. Yeah, free Water's Edge next patch. So if you don't have a Gather Elf, you'll get one next patch. If you're still playing. And that's, again, that's one of those things, right? Games as a service. They want more monthly active users, so they're gonna promote events that reward consistent logins. Are the elf boxes common event rewards now? They've been more consistent in spending events. But, you know, as it were, we're going from 6.1 spending event that had elf boxes to 6.4 spending event that also has elf boxes. I don't think we'll get elf boxes on the summer mini spending events. I think those will probably have different stuff on the shop. Usually the summer spending events will be like a couple of outfit options, and then sometimes they have elf fragments, but I think the elf fragment ratio to cost is a little bit different. And then they'll also have like SP battlesuit fragments, right? Our ad's done. After getting 3-star doo-doo from frags, you get how much elf mats? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, ads should be done according to my... Okay, do we get a spending event every patch, or is it certain ones? Certain ones, Fireball. Usually what ends up happening is Mid-Autumn Festival. So for those that are more familiar with the Eastern holidays, Mid-Autumn Festival and Spring Festival, right? Mid-Autumn is SCA anniversary, so that will have a major spending event. But it's also Mid-Autumn Festival for CN. That's also CN anniversary, which is usually like half a patch ahead of the SCA anniversary. And then Spring Festival, which is the Lunar New Year. Those are your two major spending events every year. It happens that, you know, Mid-Autumn coincides with CN anniversary, SCA anniversary, and KR. Was it KR anniversary? KR is in the same same release schedule, right? So all those three servers get anniversary rewards. During Christmas is when Global and NA get some of the catch-up rewards that we didn't get during SCA anniversary. And then Spring Festival, which is CNY, like every server gets rewards. But because the Spring Festival patch, you know, Global gets it half a patch later, like half a month later, a month to half a month. You know, sometimes the schedules don't always align. We also get our anniversary, which is like March, beginning of March, right? So Global and JP get anniversary during the Spring Festival patch. And then the patch after, I believe that's when TW and the traditional Chinese servers get all their rewards for their anniversaries. So usually during that time, all the other regions will still get like a login reward. We'll get like half the rewards for login. I don't know if you remember last year, like the patch after Spring Festival patch, we still got like a decent login reward for the May Stigmata, because the May what was it? The Utena May outfit, that was actually a TW anniversary Stigmata art. So those are your major spending events. Now in the summer, during the S rank releases, you have we have the mini spending events. So usually in the summer, like Aponia patch had a mini spending event, and then the H2O patch had a mini spending event. Traditionally, the Hersher mini spending event usually has a gap, a one patch gap before Mid-Autumn. But last year, because you know the scheduling was shifted around, we had two back-to-back spending events. That was not comfortable, but it's also not the norm. The norm would be if we look back at 2022 or 2021 and 2020, right? 2021 Flame Scion was two patches ahead of the Mid-Autumn patch. And then 2020, you know, Hersher of Thunder was also two patches ahead of the Mid-Autumn patch. So usually the Hersher patch and the S rank release prior to the Hersher patch also, you know, gapped by one patch. Those will have mini spending events. Usually you'll have like special costumes in that spending shop, and then you'll get the chance to target one piece of equipment, usually a weapon, or one piece from a Stigmata set. Yeah, Flame Scion was 2021. We're now in 2023. It feels like just yesterday, doesn't it, Gitsu? Will DA gear end up in War Treasury? Probably eventually. I feel like Dea Ancora and Bright Knight might eventually make it to War Treasury. I don't know if they're going to release them as willpowers. It seems to be the trend that lately they've been releasing the latest additions to War Treasury have been added as legacy battlesuits. Hey, Salty, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I know, right? Feels like forever ago. All the players who started playing and they used to learn from me in 2020 and 2021 have already surpassed me. I'm like a washed up Honkai player now. Yeah, like Kronos. Here's Kronos for instance. Kronos has already surpassed me and already peaked in SCA and retired, right? Soft retired. Oh, HOV's back in MA. I'm just gonna take the 893. I'm just gonna take the 893. The word retired has lost its meaning. Yeah, we slack, you know, just chilling. I did have a lot of fun last MA cycle, but it was also nice having Fragile and Effort coach me through some of those triple S fights. Yeah, retired but still Morbin. Yeah, we did really well last cycle. I think what was it? Top 15 on EU? Top 15 on EU. Theoretically, I feel like I probably push one more second on both of these, but it's like the frame perfect timing. That's definitely something I'm struggling with. So both of these were really really strong improvements over the previous weeks and previous scores. Thank you, Never. Okay, so here's my plan for account progression. Fall spending event, I will get Elysia to 4 stars. Because the fall spending event will give me, hopefully, option boxes that have her in there, right? Right now, I'm doing the math. I think I can get my 4-star Blade to Randall today. All the drops are more or less the same when it comes to SP battle suits. Some people have a placebo where they'll say like APHO2 has better stuff. My only frustration with APHO2 or APHO1 is that the rest of the materials that you get don't carry over. Whereas, you know, Shixel and Sakura Samsara, um, some of the other mats that you get, you can still like trade out for coins. Yeah, I did struggle a little bit getting the red bar depletion as well, Cupcake. I had to do 3 basics in P1. But figuring out the transition where the intermission phase was like super consistent felt really good on Sunday. It was really funny the number of times Kiana shot to the moon. Kiana space program for sure. Uh, I do think that APHO, if you want more variety of gameplay, APHO and APHO2 would probably be the recommended for open world. You can also cycle through them if you want just pure variety. Part of the reason I stick to Shixel is because I get to fly around on Kurikara, but I also like Shixel because I can farm boxes of parts that I can eventually trade out for coins. It's very small amounts of coins, but it's still free currency, you know? What you can also try next time, Cupcake, is what Gunny was theory crafting on his run. Gunny in P1 went ahead and blew the weapon cooldown to finish the red meter on the first opening rotation and did the 3 basics on the rerun. I don't know if you need to skip anything on May to make the timing, but he said that it's doable to get absolute time fracture with the HTR buffs. The timing is really tight, but it's still doable. He was able to finish P1 at 51 doing that way. For willpower Valks, I'd say nowadays the only one you should farm to triple S is Lightning Empress. The rest you can probably stop at double S. Whether or not you want to split farm is up to you. I think I used to split farm because we used to have a lower cap. We used to have a lower weekly cap. It used to be capped weekly at 6 fragments per battlesuit. So it made more sense to split farm at least 2 at a time. But now, because the cap is raised, you can dedicate to 1 battlesuit at a time. As far as unlocking all of them and then going for rank ups, it depends on which Dorm buff you want to prioritize. In the case of getting, more fire and ice Dorm buffs, it makes more sense to unlock multiple ones first before going for rank ups, because the rank ups, the improvement is diminished, right? You're just getting an additional 2% over the previous. Whereas, like, if you unlock multiple S0 willpower ones, you're getting 5% for each S0 that you're unlocking, for the ones that do provide significant Dorm buffs. And yeah, if you really like a battlesuit, and you're willing to spend the time to farm them to triple S, just do it, right? If it's your favorite battlesuit, just do it. It will take a little bit away from your overall account progression, but if you're patient enough, it won't matter, because eventually you just get them there. Really, Cupcake? Oh man, the number of times during the transition phase with the crystals that Qiyana QTEs to Benares, or the number of times at the end of the P2, end of transition at the start of P2, I've shot Qiyana to the moon on that fight was hilarious. Just the number of times I wanted Qiyana to QTE to the red crystal, and she just QTEs on the Benares, like, in the middle of the room. And I'm like, no, Qiyana, target! Block a Qiyana! Oh yeah, I feel like nowadays there are so many more chances to get legacy and willpower, because I think that was one of the complaints that we put on the surveys a while back, where it just felt like the time gate for new players to get their Dorm buffs established just felt way too slow, Alright, let me just do my adventure tasks. Oh, we should play sim battles too. I'm just gonna not min-max this week, because we did 2 weeks where we try-harded super. We did a lot of super try-harding. So I'm gonna not worry about it this week. I think I'm just gonna take the runs that I know. The stuff that I have memorized, I'm just gonna just take it easy this cycle. Do non-breakthroughs have sources of legacies? Yes, they get legacies from Abyss, actually, and a little bit in MA. One more try. No, no more tries. Oh my god, the jump sack. Okay, but if I put MKP here... No. We're not even going down that rabbit hole. No. Stop myself right now. Head empty. One and done. Head empty, one and done. Head empty, one and done. No more tries. I actually really like this one, like the non-screenshot gaming run on this one. I remember this used to be a really complex fight. Oh, this one, Star of Eden, is kind of pay to lose. Yeah, this is a fun strat. Oh, but I need one of these. Okay. Is 19C just faster? But with 19C, the timing changes a bit, right? Do you need to dodge first before 19C, or do you just 19C on the circle spawn? Yeah, I'm so used to the DOR timing. Like, there's a funny charm to the DOR timing, right? Where it's like, okay, I'll do one more with this one. One more try, one time only. No, I think I actived out of habit. How many minutes for the one more try to strike? Alright, no more tries. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I've been able to get 753 just from using DOR and timing the finisher properly. Because you can kill it at 53, right? If you just time the finisher. Weapon active or charge attack? Charge attack. Weapon active into ult. Yeah. Well, the weapon active... We don't need weapon active, do we? I don't think we technically do. Oh, Sleeping Beauty. I remember when we needed to do yeah, I'm so used to just doing it with the charge attacks. I get it though, you get an extra time fracture. Alright, I'm already stuck in a loop. It's too late. We're stuck in a loop. Alright, well... Oops. Who had 8 p.m. EST? APM EST for what? Oh, for the one more strike to try? Ugh. I feel like I've gotten the 753 before. Or the, yeah, 721. I feel like I've gotten it before, but it was like I had to, because it's like you can't drop the finisher too early. You gotta wait for the HP to start spawning, right? The HP has to start spawning before you can attack. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna mold for that. I think this is good enough. Let's go clear dailies here. I think I'll maybe do like a one and done on Abyss, and then we'll come back and mold Abyss tomorrow. Tonight, the goal is to do content on NA. I have to farm so much Elysian Realm on the NA account so that I can have enough for the HTR pulls tomorrow. And then hopefully still have enough left over to try to finish the finality gear, because I'm missing the M piece on finality. Yeah, can we run these? I'm gonna run the old weapons for the lulz. Run the old weapons for the lulz. Did they end up confirming that? Because I thought that they retracted that tweet. I couldn't find the source tweet anymore. Did they make another post on any of their other social media accounts? Was it in-game news? We can review it after this. Alright, this is the best part about Shixel Open World. You can fly around and see the beacons where your other tasks are. Oh my goodness. Imagine if they added flying to Genshin and you could fly around and see where your daily commissions were. Cyrus, thank you for the follow. Sometimes I do kind of wish they would have added some kind of like time fracture style mechanic in Genshin. I feel like every time you get that time slow, it's such a satisfying feeling, whether it's in this game or any other action game that has a similar mechanic. Right. Sure, you know, the Flame Scion has an automatic one, which kind of cheapens it a little bit. It's comfortable and convenient for some of the boss fights and stuff to have an automatic time fracture. But it definitely feels really good when, you know, you get that evasion and you have that feedback on the evasion. I remember getting it in Nier Automata, but I felt like it didn't really last long enough to make enough of an impression. At least, but, you know, that was also like 6 years ago. I do too, MK Omega. I wish that Vilvi had thrusters. I wish that was actually her ultimate form rather than the tank mode or you know, it would have been cool if that was actually her default form, was like her on her thrusters and she had like her heavy weapons. She was carrying her heavy weapons, you know? I think that would have made for a more interesting, like, normal Vilvi gameplay mode. I definitely feel like Vilvi was a wasted opportunity of a design and kit. I don't know if, you know, Hoyoverse will ever go back and release alternate versions from an alternate universe of the Flame Chasers. I think it would be cool, and it's not without, you know, it's not beyond the realm of possibility. They might, right? Depending on how popular the Flame Chaser characters remain. They could just easily create like SP Battlesuit versions of the Flame Chaser characters. And just revisit character designs and explore different playstyles, right? Graphics updates? Nier regular, right? Or Nier Automata? Because I thought the 4K texture pack was like a fan mod. I don't think that one was built in from the developers, was it? I know the Switch version has new custom, or not custom, but I know the Switch version of Nier has the new outfits, like the kimono outfits for 2B and 9S. And it's funny because after that release, I checked on Steam because I was like, oh yeah, I wonder if the new kimonos are available on Steam. No. Well, I was about to buy that $9 DLC for the cosmetics, but not anymore. All right, let's get this Abyss one and done. I do want to go back and replay Witcher 3 though, because Witcher 3 got that next gen update recently. What are we doing? Bloodthirsty? Oh, that's right, Bloodthirsty. Frost! Is this a time for Asuka? You guys want to see Asuka? Alright. Do I still have a Mobius team saved? I kind of want to do this with Mobius. Oh wait, could I do this with Aponia? I'm kind of looking for excuses to play Aponia more. Got update last year. Oh, interesting. I might need to revisit Nier Automata then, if it was last year.
便是你的安魂之躯。重构武装，启用手动驾驶。Fire！ 我天，大为降罪，于痛苦中习得飞至。醒觉吧，尽情悔悟。
Fighting against the type counter with big AoE.
心心粉碎的样子。为何执迷不悟？并听你结局的原因。
I might have to switch back to Mobius though.
与此相识，尽情悔悟，于消亡之时。凡事皆凡事。中招小兔 ，A 级不死。 能量解限，全领域调用后备能源。领受灭法吧，并听你结局的原因。与此相视，虽然他们星光闪耀，演出要开始了。搭载武装，自由开火。你见过星星粉碎的样子。
Oh, way overkill.
为何执迷不悟？迷途的旅人啊，我们未免断绝万物，尽情悔悟，于消亡之时。才一凡尘。
Yeah, HTR banner. Who's ready? Who's not ready? I can tell you right now, my NA account is not ready, but maybe by the end of tonight, the NA account will be ready. Got your discounted 10 pull ready? Oh, true, true. You guys wanna do a little bit of old meta? Kind of want to bring out the AE for this next one. Gotta run Klein with Mobius, right? Another day, another chance for 3-star Kiana. I hope you get, because if not, you can always wait for the next rerun at the end of patch.
的安魂之躯。五行相生，分时化育。来被我。
This team is still really fun to play. Is G4 Ice worth? It is if you're playing Hersher of Reason. It's also like a really nice placeholder if you do have Elysia Hersher, but not her signature set. For all the rest of the Ice DPS, it's not that big of an improvement over Ana. Like, Argent Knight gets some gains, but it's like, it's situational gains, right? It's a low percentage. But I do remember G4 was slightly better, depending on the situation. And then on Memento, I honestly don't remember. So, depends on your goals. Depends on who you have. I think sticking with Ana is fine if you want to focus on another area. Elf Kiana coming back, but Finality not. I don't know if Finality is coming back because I'm getting conflicting information. If it says in the news post that Finality's not coming back, then probably won't be coming back. I just don't remember whether that tweet for Finality not coming back was retracted or not. It's still in the in-game. Okay, so Finality's not getting a rerun. So these 4 weeks are it. But right now, you know, we still got time. You can look and see how much time we still have. It's still like 3 or 4 weeks left, right? Or 3 weeks left, because now would be the second week? 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks left. 17 days. Yeah, it's 2.5 weeks. Even if her gear does come back, though, once this current Focus A banner ends, your full set pity gets reset. You know? So if you only need 50 more pulls for the last piece, and you wait till the next Focus A, you're back to 200. And there's no guarantee that the piece that you're missing is going to be the first piece that drops. Man, this is still really fun. It's rough. It is. It is pretty rough. It promotes two things, right? One is it makes you, as a free-to-play player, want to over-prep for the next time something like this happens. Two is they want to escalate you into spending to finish the banner. So how strong is your willpower in not wanting to spend more than you budgeted for? You know? Not strong enough, bros. Oh no. Ancient willpower. That's right. If you need more willpower, just crack open an anniversary box. Comes back down to managing your expectations and what your goals are in the game. If you are not pushing for competitive, there's a lot that you can get done in the game without needing to spend and without needing full gear for. Even on my NA account, like, I'm missing so much stuff right now as far as, like, what we consider endgame meta, but we're still comfortably able to farm, and sometimes we get lucky in Nirvana, you know? Losing more ancient willpower than legacy. Are you maxing out your purchases every week, Hasper? Because if you're maxing out your purchases, that will go through willpower so much faster. But, listen, 2 more days... month rolls over, you can buy the 75 or whatever, the 225 or whatever. The willpower shop will reset, so you can buy it out with Asterite. So you get an injection of it. 210. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's do HTR DPS. Can we do this? I haven't actually gotten the chance to do HTR DPS at all. Or do you guys want me to just play Oscar? Any Antabakers in the chat? Let me see if I can do this with old meta. So I can get my my shield break. We'll bring yeah, do I even need to freeze? Let me find out. Let me find out. I'm using the old lance too. Ooh, this is pain. I don't think we can do this anymore. I think the memes are over. Old meta in these temperatures, I don't think it's sustainable. Maybe? Well, I'd have to clean up with a second HS. I think I need freeze on floor 2, but I think floor 2 is the only place I technically need freeze on. Alright, let's find out how pain. Yeah, I might need freeze. Okay. Let's bring the Pardo. Let's bring. Last time we did this with Pardo Phyllis, it was still okay, right? Right? I'm going to use Abyss Flower for the reduced ultimate cooldown. And, what are we doing? Are we doing this? Okay. Okay, one more try, and if this doesn't work, we're just gonna ice team it, play it normally, like normal human beings. HS just gets so much SP. This is working. Kinda, for now. Wait, wait. The spear. Why didn't you do the thing? Alright, here we go. Freeze. Okay, cool. We made it to the floor 4. Oh, sheesh. That did not help that I was in the middle of the fire. Oh my gosh, my SP packs. My Kato, hello. 4K time passes. G4 fire set. It hasn't happened. I think JST will be useful. I think all 3 of those sets will be useful. Especially, I feel like if you want to save a little bit, just craft the top and the mid pieces from each of those sets. The top and mid pieces from each of those sets will help elevate your overall team, because you can use those 2 pieces across multiple teams as filler gear. You know, Gustav is great for physical teams. Caravaggio TM is useful, especially if you have like 0 gear HTR. Caravaggio is useful on HTR, Fischl, and Haxor Bunny if you don't have their signature pieces. Even Caravaggio M standalone is great for all three of them. JST, usually you'll see the top and mid combo together, but we proved a few weeks ago you could actually run JST full set and clear Nirvana. You could run JST full set on Pardophilus and clear Nirvana side stages. So, JST not to be underestimated even this late into the game's lifespan. Or rather, the Stigmata's lifespan. JST is like one of those year 2 sets, right? It was a year 2 set in 2018, 2019. And it still holds up quite well. So I think all three of those are viable, are good options as we wait for the Fire G4. And as well, have you already gotten your Leeuwin hook set up? Because if you haven't gotten your Leeuwin hook set up, Thales TM is also a really good Fire G2 set that works as a general placeholder for any charge attack DPS. Both pieces are total damage in their base stats, but they both have multipliers for fire. But the 2-piece is also more total damage. So, like, one of the old, low-budget strats was we would use Hersher of Reason with Thales TM. So you could use Thales TM on Hersher of Reason, on Spina. Vermilion Knight, of course, that was her old signature set. But you could use Thales TM even on Elysia Pink Elf if you wanted to. So yeah. The Hersher of Origin weapon active is supposed to be a parry, but if you use it empty, not parrying, just double tap attack after you use the weapon active Gitsu. I think we got an audio bug because of the time when we paused. can't believe that still worked. We still got that fire tornado going off in the background, too. Oh my goodness. That was with a 3-set Bastet too. I didn't do any funny funny Sazan B shenanigans. Mobius still good. Okay. Seeing a lot of Mobius action here. Okay. Mobius still pogging. Trio team available, true. Well, that's cool. There's quite a few options available. Well, traditionally, I ran into a lot of issues timing the Mobius stuff, but maybe. All right, we'll just do 1 or 2 runs here, and then we're gonna switch over to the other account. HT also being used. That's sweet. What did Lydia do? Oh, trio team. Chaos. This is pretty fun. I kind of dig this fight, in as much as like this fight is annoying because of the RNG involved. With spawn locations and whatnot, I do feel like it's also kind of cool in the sense that there's a lot of viable options, right? There's a lot of viable options. I didn't get the QTE. I guess I should save all my ults for this ad phase first. I think I'm gonna have fun with this fight on the alt account though, for sure. Oh, I did it again. Maybe I should bring Klein for this, since HTR's exit already gives gather. I think I got unlucky on one of the waves. 600 is like... 600 is, you know, one of the waves didn't line up. Too many numbers. Yeah, true. But this happened in previous Homu cycles too, where like one of the waves missed. And because of the wave missing, it was just like, what am I supposed to do here? Wonder if I need to turn on QTE so I can get more weapons. Yeah, spawn RNG is a huge factor. You'd think that with so many gathers, the spawn RNG should be mitigated a bit more, but it doesn't seem like that's the case, right? Just go with 2 slots. I'll try again. Is there... I'm just not sure a bit where I need to be. I feel like I'm running into this question of like, how long do I need to stay on Mobius, and how long do I need to stay on, like, do the stuff on the other characters? Trio does pretty well. Trio does pretty well, yeah. I keep forgetting I don't need a combo here. Trio has a lot of AoE and gather as well. Okay, I think this should have been a filler rot, right? Unless I'm supposed to just blast through some HP thresholds on that right before the Homu spawn. Echidona posted? Nice. So here's one of the things with Trio, though. It's like, Trio may not, like, especially at S0, you might not be top scoring, but it'll be a much more comfortable run in a few situations. Retired. Come out of retirement. That's the thing. That's kind of like the nice part about Honkai is you can walk away from the game, not try hard about it for a while, and then if you feel like it, you can always come back. I must be doing something way wrong. Yeah, Lilo, you should log in more on Discord. Come hang out. Visit the Lumina Discord. Visit my Discord. Share your thoughts. Give us your insights. Okay, so I can't weapon active right at the start. I think this opening is okay-ish though. Basically do a mini rot. What happened there? Was everything too early? Oh no! I started the entire sequence too early. Why is nothing nothing's off cooldown yet?
愿那胜利的凯歌奏响。此刻如黄金般闪耀。
重构武装，启用手动驾驶。从上下完成。区域警戒，动态执行。
这便是你的安魂之曲。
从上下完成。你见过星星粉碎的样子？
Oh no, Getsu!
重中招小兔 ，A 级不进。
演出要开始了。
轮到我了。
此刻如黄金般闪耀。
你见过星星粉碎的样子？别害怕，很快就结束了。重中招小兔 ，A 级部署。Fire！ 可能会有点疼了。
Oh my god, these spawn positions! Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit further. I know we said one and done, but I'm starting to get in the zone. I'm starting to get in the zone, guys. Let's just stay here for a bit, because we'll have the rest of the night for the NA account anyways, right? I'm having fun. I'm having a blast. We're blasting right now. What can we do to make this more optimized? Okay.
演出要开始了。
重构武装，启用手动驾驶，检索反应，全速。你见过星星粉碎的样子？别害怕，很快就结束了。
此刻如黄金般闪耀。
激发保险，立即解除。
Oh crap.
愿那胜利的凯歌奏响。该此刻如黄金般闪耀。
重构武装，启用手动驾驶。
What is that movement? Is it because of the HTR? Oh, it's the HTR combo. Sets him a million miles away.
奏响。该此刻如黄金般闪耀。
重构武装， 启用手动驾驶。
演出要开始了。
Fire！ 来被我吃掉吧！
这便是你的安魂之躯。
中招小兔，A 级不行。
Okay, I think I just have to. I have to figure out where I can camp during that middle segment, right?
胜利的凯歌奏
Because I don't think I need to rotate anytime sooner than that.
便是你的安魂之躯。
重构武装，启用手动驾驶。
Oh crap. Okay, I think maybe okay if I start here.
演出要开始了。